There's a lot of mystery in Peppa's world, but one of the biggest mysteries involves the secrets behind each family in the series. Which family is the most mysterious in Peppa's world? Could it be the pigs or the sheep? Let's find out. Pigs. Since they're the main family, it makes sense that the pigs would be the most mysterious, and not without reason. Peppa's family has huge secrets, starting with this question: where are the others? You know Peppa's family. We have the main character, George, Mommy and Daddy, little Evie, and the other relatives like Cousin Chloe, Uncle and Aunt Pig, and baby Alexander. But where's everyone else? Peppa has traveled all over the world, but no other pigs have ever appeared. It almost feels like there aren't any others of the same species. Some people think that's why the piggies are the protagonists, because they're the only ones. But there's another mystery involving Peppa's aunt, the one who is Chloe and Alexander's mother. This character is the only one who came from a different group of pigs. She doesn't share the same bloodline as our protagonist, because if she did, she couldn't be married to Daddy Pig's brother. In other words, she came from a third pig family that isn't connected to either Mommy Pig's or Daddy Pig's family. Wow, that really is a huge mystery. Could there be more? Of course there is, and we're going to show you right now. Get comfy and come with us, because another Cinewave is about to start. Dottie. Another mystery about Peppa's family involves her other aunt. This time we're talking about Dottie, who is Mommy Pig's sister. To begin with, we have this detail that hadn't been revealed in 20 years of the series. How is she Mommy Pig's sister? We thought she was related to Daddy Pig since nobody knows much about his family, but because Dottie is from the other side of the family, a lot of mysteries suddenly come to life. For starters, Grandpa and Granny Pig never said anything about having a second daughter. There isn't even a single clue about Dottie in their house. And on top of that, in the Thanksgiving episode, when she finally appeared in the series, Peppa's aunt didn't tell her relatives she was coming to visit. That makes absolutely no sense. Who travels to the other side of the world without telling their family? Maybe they need to communicate a little more, don't you think? Computer. Have you ever wondered who owns the top score on the chicken game on Mommy Pig's computer? There's a game that Peppa loves playing, and we have a winner ranking. In the episode Mommy Pig's Book, we see the scores listed in the following order: GEO for George, PEP for Peppa, GNP for Granny Pig, GPP for Grandpa Pig, MMP for Mommy Pig, SUZ for Susie, and in last place, OOP with 142 points. There's no character in this universe whose initials match that, unless the answer is Olivia Pig, Peppa's lost sister that the internet has always suspected existed. Who could this person be? It's one of the piggies' biggest mysteries. Fairy. Speaking of pig mysteries, do you remember the Tooth Fairy? When Peppa lost a tooth, Daddy Pig said that there's a fairy who likes trading teeth for gold coins. Everyone in the world knows that legend. But one interesting thing is that in the special episode where our protagonist lost a tooth, the fairy appeared in the form of a tiny little pig. This character is a huge reveal because it means fairies really do exist. Now the mystery is whether Peppa was dreaming, or if every child has a fairy from their own species. Could Susie's fairy be a sheep? That was never answered. Cows. Moving on to the cow family, do you know who Carol Cow's mother is? This is actually a very interesting mystery. In the shopping center episode, we see that Carol is always beside Mrs. Cow, the one wearing the yellow dress. The two of them were also seen together in other moments, like at the London train station. Their relationship has always been mysterious because in the New York episode, Carol appears beside another Mrs. Cow, the one wearing the pink dress. The two of them are walking down the sidewalk in Times Square, but inside the bus next to her is the yellow dress Mrs. Cow. So which one is Carol's real mother? This mystery has never been solved because this little calf isn't friends with Peppa. Why could that be? Would you like to be friends with Peppa? Comment the hashtag Peppa so we can get to know you. Carol. Still talking about the cow family, where is Carol? Now that is a huge mystery. She didn't appear at Mrs. Cow and Mr. Bull's wedding, and as we already showed, the two are close. If they aren't mother and daughter, then they're definitely aunt and niece. So it's strange to think that the little cow wasn't at the wedding of such a close relative. The answer might be that she was in New York, which is why she missed it, but that's only a theory because the creators of the series still owe us the answer to this mystery. Mr. Bull. Have you ever wondered why Mr. Bull keeps going to Madame Gazelle's school if he doesn't have any children studying there? Did you never notice that? In the episode The School Band, you can see him among the parents picking up their kids. But the strange thing is that he doesn't have any children who study at that school. He's married to Mrs. Cow, and as we already explained, the only child who would be close to him could only be Carol Cow. And as we already explained, Carol isn't friends with Peppa, so it's very possible the two of them don't even know each other. Either way, many fans think that Mr. Bull was actually in love with Peppa's teacher before getting married, but that changed after he met Mrs. Cow. cow. What do you think about that? Sheep. Now let's look at another family, the sheep, and their species alone is already a huge mystery. Where are the rams? In every cartoon, we have absolutely no idea where the males of the species are. Susie doesn't have a father or even a grandfather, and that would make sense if at least one ram had appeared somewhere else in the world. But Peppa has traveled to many different cities and we've never seen a ram. Never. It's almost as if they don't exist. And if that's true, then the sheep could actually be clones. That would make sense because in the real world, sheep were the first animals ever cloned successfully. What do you think about this mystery? Job. Do you remember when Susie was going to move away? In that episode, we got another mystery about her family. What is Mummy Sheep's job? In that story, Susie's mother received a job offer that would require her to move to another country, and that's actually impressive. Think about it. If a company invites you to work on the other side of the world, it means you're so good at what you do that they specifically wanted you. Otherwise, the company would have looked for someone who lives closer. You get that detail? That means Susie's mother must be extremely good at what she does, but we don't know what that is. Do you have any ideas? Sister. We know that Susie has an older cousin named Charlotte. This character is the granddaughter of Susie's maternal grandmother, meaning she is also Mummy Sheep's niece. That means Susie's mother has at least one sister we've never seen. This sister can only be Charlotte's mother, but where is she? And why has she never appeared? It's a mystery that has never been revealed.
Don't forget, subscribing is the easiest way to make sure you never miss any of our videos.
Moon rabbits. The rabbit family is one of the most mysterious, and one of the strangest things is that store Miss Rabbit has on the moon. This moment happens in Peppa's stories, when the little piggy goes to the moon with her friends. Miss Rabbit has stores everywhere, but how does she have a store on the moon? What is she even selling there, and to whom? Could it be that the rabbits know aliens exist?
Grandpa. Still talking about this subject.
Grandpa Rabbit has a rocket ship. You know that's a huge mystery, right? Rockets are complicated to build, expensive to maintain, and extremely difficult to pilot. And even if someone could fly one of those, the government would never allow you to own a rocket ship because it's dangerous. How exactly does Grandpa Rabbit manage to do these things? House. Now, if you think the rabbit family living on the moon is mysterious, just wait until you hear the mystery about how they survived the city floods. In the episode The Flood, we discover that the houses in Peppa's world are built on hills because when it rains heavily, the city floods, so it makes sense for them to live in high places. But when Peppa visits Rebecca Rabbit, we discover that they live in tunnels underground. That means when it rains, they end up underwater. How can they survive like that? That's a mystery. Foxes. In the episode Families, Madame Gazelle asks the students to draw their families and present them to the class. This created a mystery about Freddie Fox's family because he only talked about his father, but Mrs. Fox, who is his mother, actually exists. She appears in several episodes. So why didn't Freddie talk about his own mother? Wolves. Now the wolves really are a huge mystery. Mr. Wolf likes asking where Daddy Pig lives because it seems like he wants to eat the little piggies. This is a reference to the classic fairy tale. But in the New York episode, Mr. Wolf appears inside the airplane that the pig family is using to travel to America. Could he have been planning a trap for the piggies there? Royal family. The Queen's family in Peppa's world is also a huge mystery. To begin with, she doesn't have a family at all. When Peppa visits the Queen in an episode from season 4 and they enter the palace, the Queen is the only one living there. There are no children, no husband or cousins, and she doesn't even have servants helping her around the house. Where is the Queen's family in Peppa's world? Dogs. There's a mystery surrounding the dog family, especially the father of the family. We see that he wears an official sailor uniform, meaning he's part of the Queen's military, but the flag on his boat is a Jolly Roger, which is a pirate flag. So does that make him a sailor or a pirate? It makes no sense. Could that be why he retired? Did he commit crimes at sea and then run away? Whatever the truth is, there are so many mysteries. Pigs, cows, sheep, rabbits, foxes, wolves, the royal family, and dogs. These were the 8 most mysterious families in Peppa's world. Did you know about these mysteries? Stay with us to learn even more.
Enjoying it? Then click one of the 2 videos we left on the screen and keep going with us. See you next time!